There are many reasons why people look at the Malta Permanent Residency Program as the solution for their family. For some people, it is as simple as wanting visa-free access to the rest of the European Union. They never intend to relocate to Malta. They simply want to use their current passport together with their residency permit and access the rest of Europe. For other people, though, it's a little bit more complicated, and they choose to relocate to Malta. And then we have to think about, why do people relocate to Malta? The application process is fairly simple, and once you have your residency permit, you have the right to live in Malta permanently. You can access this amazing Mediterranean lifestyle. You have a work permit, your children can be educated here, and after your residency is granted, you can also apply for free healthcare in the rest of Europe. So those are kind of the reasons why people look at it. For me personally, what I have found was that English, being one of the official languages, is a huge attraction for a lot of people. There's a sense of comfort when you arrive in a country and you do at least understand the language. It gives you that sense of belonging, which makes it a little bit easier to settle in a new country. If we think about what happens after people make that decision, you have to understand how to qualify for this permit. In the first place, you have to prove that you have the financial means to make this investment. There are two different ways in which you can prove your financial suitability and your net worth. You either have to show that you have a net worth of 500,000 euros, of which 150,000 has to be available in liquid assets. Or you can show that you have 650,000 euros net worth, in which case you only have to prove that 75,000 euros of this is available in liquid financial assets. You don't have to set the funds aside, you just have to prove that you have the net worth. The second thing to pay attention to is the two ways in which you can secure your residential address for your application. You can either rent a home for 14,000 euros per annum or purchase a property for 375,000 euros. If you choose to rent your residential address, you have to maintain the compliance minimum of 14,000 euros for a period of 5 years. Thereafter, you can maintain any address at any price point. If you make an investment and you do not intend to live in Malta permanently, you may rent the property out on the short-term market, thus commercializing this investment. You can at any stage switch from a rental agreement to making a real estate investment, and we will then change your address on your permanent residency card. In both cases, you have to pay a fee of 97,000 euros to Malta. Your spouse and minor children do not attract an additional fee, but there is an additional fee of 7,500 euros per adult dependent. So that would be adult children or your parents, for instance. You also need to make a donation of 2,000 euros to a charity in Malta. Furthermore, the definition of dependents have now been more clearly defined in the new legislation. Children can only be included to the application if they are younger than 29, if they are still single, and if they are predominantly financially dependent on the parents or the main applicant. You can include your spouse, and your spouse can be the person you are married to. It can be a same-gender couple that has a civil union, or you can have a de facto partner. So Malta is very lenient when it comes to choosing the partner that you want to include. You can also include your parents and your grandparents, and there once again the requirement is that they have to be financially dependent on you. So they don't have to be of a certain age, they just have to be dependent on you. So once we've made that decision of who all to include, and we've determined that you qualify financially, after you've made your investment decision, we will then help you to make your application. And because we have a very experienced team on the island that have years of experience and have very good technical knowledge, you are sure to have the most seamless of application processes. Once you receive your residency permit, you can then choose how to use it. So let's just recap and look at the benefits that you get once you have received Malta permanent residency. To start, it is a permanent residency permit that gives you visa-free access to the Schengen area in Europe. Malta has English as one of its official languages, so you have that sense of comfort when you arrive and you can do all your business and speak English as your native language. The other aspect of this is that you can include multiple generations, so you can include your spouse, you can include your children, and then you can include parents and grandparents. I think a very important thing for people when they're looking at Malta permanent residency as a solution is the fact that the whole family can receive work permits. So you can actually relocate to Malta. It doesn't just have to be a plan B. It can be a country that you relocate to enjoy this fantastic weather. I'm standing here in the middle of winter and the sun is still shining and it's warm enough to be outside. You can come and live here and raise your family here, have access to good health care, travel to the rest of Europe, and very important, you are employable in Malta. So for me, Malta ticks a lot of boxes for our investors. One of the key things of the island is that it has been a stable economy for the last 50 years. So the real estate investments offer very good value, and there's a vibrant job market. So if you choose this destination just for visa-free access to Europe, you will have that certainty and that permanent solution. And if you choose to relocate here, you have a fantastic environment to come and live and raise your family.